All right, so yeah, this game's getting started. And we are going to see the lead Biscuit, and that is the Arcanine. And Shade's gonna lead to Necrozma. So I
And the cross.
definitely and reveals Intimidate early on. All right, so let's see some moves. So Shay brings a defensive Necrozma without a doubt. And what do you think this Arcanine's gonna do?
I'll be honest. Okay, that is not what I would have expected in any way, shape, or form.
Did both sides just exchange Toxic? Because I think that's just what happened. And no,
No,
Shay went for
throwing out the
Photon.
photon guys are turn one.
So now I guess he's doing it just to gauge the Arcanine set, and as we can see, that Arcanine is definitely more. I have no idea what that Arcanine is. I'm not even
That's
gonna lie.
what even is Arcanine's Spit F option anyway?
I don't think Arcanine Spidef is that great, but I think that's more a physically defensive Arcanine since it carried Toxic. But
Yeah, it has even defenses, so yeah, it's
yeah,
probably if it's running bulk, it's probably more on the physical side at that point.
yeah, absolutely. So as you can see, the Shay's debating on going to Corona, and that's exactly what he's going to do. And Eric's actually going to pull a double, and he is going to go into the Sableye. So, and then that's a Crawdaunt. So that's actually a really good play on Shay's part. I don't even know if that was intentional, because Dark types are immune to Prankster moves. Everyone forgets about it, but Dark types are immune to Prankster moves. So what do you see Eric doing in this situation, knowing that?
Well, he definitely wasn't able to stay in safely because he doesn't have anything to hit it, much less prankster it. And that's a knockoff of the Lapras. Oh
Oh
my
my
god, that
lord.
almost killed.
That did a lot of damage. That's a Lapras, and like I get it. Crawdon's strong and has adaptability, but good lord, that did a lot of
That's
damage.
something else entirely.
That's a Oh, but as we can see, Lapras actually outspeeds the Crawdon, so that means Eric ran a good chunk of speed, and down goes the Crawdon. That's really unfortunate. That's good prep on Eric's part, though, to run as much speed as he did to outspeed Crawdon.
That could potentially be a big one because that that's his water type gone, and that's a lot of damage output too with that adaptability. That could be a huge loss.
Yeah. So let's see what his Whimsicott set is here. So
It outspeeds unless
definitely,
it definitely outspeeds. So at this point, it's probably just banging out a U-turn and picking up a kill.
probably just in case if he decides to switch it all, which is the smart play. But honestly, would a U-turn even kill? Lapras is very bulky. And
If the
like,
knockoff did that much, I'd wager that it would be a solid roll if he wanted to go for it. But it doesn't really matter because we get the switch out and we see the Corviknight come in.
yeah, and Corviknight walls Whimsicott in like every single way, shape, and form, which I wish is probably why that Whimsicott has switcheroo, as we saw. So I can definitely see Toxtricity coming out here, or Necrozma, and
Or even he looks like he's
even
thinking about the
Rapidash.
Rapidash.
Yeah.
Yep, he's going it.
I'm not sure. I definitely think Toxtricity probably would have been better because, as we all know, Corviknight is notorious for running bulk up. I know Shay has Swords Dance, but I don't know. What do you think?
Well, in this case, bulk up hasn't gone up yet. Oh, that's a free Swords Dance.
Yeah, that is a free Swords Dance. He's gonna go, but he's actually only gonna get the +1 because of the Intimidate drop here, which is okay.
That +1, it's still a free +1 attack boost.
Oh, Jesus! But
Oh
the Adrenaline Orb
god.
is here, so it's +1,
Oh,
+1. Oh, Jesus! This man is out for blood. He's gonna set up a Swords Dance. This man came prepared. I didn't even know Adrenaline Orb was in Sword and Shield, but
I forgot it was in this game too, but my
I thought,
god, that is incredible prep.
yeah, that is really good prep. I actually thought like maybe it was like an item that got Thanos. I don't know, but as you can see, that's very good prep, and he came prepared. He brought the high horsepower for this Arcanine, and that's exactly what he's going to go for here. And is he going to connect? He does, and down goes the Arcanine. So yeah, that's
No
very good
amount of
prep.
physical bulk in the world is going to save you for at half
Yeah.
health on that one.
To be fair, will anything save Eric at this point? Like,
I
Eric's
mean,
in
it
trouble.
depends. He probably still has some switch-ins. I don't have his team entirely pulled up. And the
Yeah.
Sableye comes out I could see
really quick.
I could see a prankster T-Wave coming out to try and cripple it.
That or foul play, like maybe he's just trying to live a hit. But let's be real here. If he's trying to live a hit, I don't think he's going to be very successful.
Yeah, T-Wave is probably the optimal play here if he's running or
So he's gonna
toxic.
go for toxic,
Toxic.
wear it down, which is okay because he has flare blitz. Like it's gonna go for recoil. Definitely makes sense.
Maybe it's just my habit of using T-Wave as an option.
But
That
yeah, that doesn't kill, so that's definitely like max bulk on Sableye. So I could definitely see Eric just trying to recover stall here, which makes sense. Obviously, it's not optimal for Shay, but it's Eric's best play at this point. I don't think he even takes another Flare Blitz regardless of what he does, but we shall see. Yep, and there's a recover as we expected. And
does
then
this
the rep,
kill?
yeah, will this kill? I'd say there's a shot. I mean, he's
There's a
+1.
shot, but it's probably a roll.
Yeah, it is
Oh, he's
probably.
living.
Yeah, he lived. So yeah, I knew it recover was the best play there because it just gets more toxic damage off. It gets more flare blitz damage off. So yeah, Eric definitely game prepared for this Rapidash, I guess, to an extent with the toxic. So I guess he had a last line of defense in case something stupid did happen like this, which is good. And
Sableye, they're both probably going down this turn, assuming
yeah, it's probably going to be a double down, which in Eric's case is probably best case scenario.
that is a solid trade. Trading the Sableye for a +1/+1 Rapidash is a very, very solid trade if you're going to have to go for it.
Indeed. So on Shay's end here, I definitely can see the Necrozma coming out here as we all like we addressed. Necrozma is a big threat. I can definitely see Whimsicott coming out here as well. I definitely think it's gonna be one of those two because he's gonna want to like play with the like U-turn shenanigans or whatever. It's the fastest thing. But as you can see, I am wrong, and he's actually gonna go Conk. So it's really interesting to see what Eric does in response. What do you what do you think Eric can do to potentially pull this game back?
I don't even have Herrick's full team pull
I'm gonna
up
be
right in
honest,
front
I
of
don't
me.
have Eric's full team either. We should start writing these teams down. But as you can
I'm
see,
running it down as I go. There's the
yeah,
Duraludon.
yes, that's a Duraludon. But Duraludon, as we all know, is notorious for its physical bulk. It doesn't have a lot of special bulk.
But at the same
So
time, it could probably take one Drain Punch and maybe get a solid chunk of damage off.
yeah, and I didn't see if this conch was Guts or Iron Fished. I'm gonna assume it's Iron Fished, but we shall see for certain. And we shall see what this Duraludon's going to go for. He's actually going to switch Duraludon out, and I assume he's going to go Corviknight here. And he is going to go back into Lapras, just sack that off, and bye-bye Lapras.
That is one dead Lapras. Well, so I'm trying to remember what's gone down because I'm trying to update the doc as I go.
Yeah, that's fair. But Corviknight's going to come out now, and obviously this really does threaten the Conk out. But as we did see earlier, I do think that Conk here it has Thunder Punch, so like he has answers for this.
But
Corviknight.
would that Thunder Punch even kill?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But as you can see, he's going to go Necrozma here, a toxic Necrozma, and Eric's
That's
just
a
going to fire off
Brave Bird
Brave
coming
Bird.
out.
Yep, Eric's just going to fire off the Brave Bird, and it's going to do absolutely nothing.
That did literally zero.
Yeah, we know that this is a very, very bulky Necrozma, just from its set and like how much damage that did.
Necrozma does have solid physical defense, but you're not doing tanking that without investment. Probably a lot if I had to bet. We do see the Heat Wave come out though.
Yeah, so yeah, I had a feeling he'd run Heat Wave for Corviknight, but
Doubling
as you can
back
see,
out
he's
in
actually gonna go Hat, and Necrozma will go to fire up a Heat Wave. Now this is actually a pretty good play on Eric's part because Hatterene does have very burn.
that's the burn.
I hate to see it. But I feel that's a good play on Eric's part because judging by what this Necrozma said, what we see in the terms of his moves, it can't really touch Hatterene if it has Calm Mind at all. So like that was a I think the burn was obviously very unfortunate, but
The burn actually just straight up cancels out his item slot because his item slot is leftovers. So that could be a problem because if he's using that as a switch in, it's gonna keep getting whittled down.
mm-hmm. So yeah, Shay's just gonna fire off another heat wave here. That's okay, and Eric is going to go for that Calm Mind. Now I'm not sure if Hatterene gets any form of recovery, but it's looking like Eric's gonna have to attack here. Otherwise, this Hatterene's going to go down for nothing. I know Eric's just trying to Toxic Stall, maybe get this Necrozma within range of like a Dazzling Gleam, but I know he wouldn't want his Hatterene to go down for nothing. Because clearly this Hatterene was meant to wall, or at least do something to the Necrozma. And why have Hatterene just do nothing? If it, like, I know Hatterene doesn't get really any reliable recovery, and I think Shay knows the toxic damage is getting too big, so he's predicting the fairy move here, and he's going to go into Toxtricity to take that fairy move. But he's going to go for the Trick Room. Good play, Eric. Good play. So what do you think about the Trick Room Hatterene at +1/+1 now?
I'll be honest, Shay, especially with Crawdaunt down, he doesn't really have that many options outside of Toxtricity to take this thing out, and Toxtricity definitely dies to any psychic move that gets thrown out.
Yeah, so Shay's in a little bit of trouble here because Eric actually made a very good read and went for Trick Room. But as you can see, the Necrozma is actually going to come back out here, and Hatterene is going to go for a Psychic. And this should do a decent amount of damage. And yes, it did. It did a decent amount. And Necrozma's on for all that Eric really has to do now is just spam Psychic and Trick Room, and Hatterene's going to put in some work.
The only issue is, does the Hatterene just outright win at this point if he keeps Trick Room up?
The problem is though, I just don't think it has enough turns left in Trick Room. He has 4 Mons and he has 3. Oh no, like Eric has to kill 4 Mons in 3 turns, which is impossible.
He could play for 1 kill just to at least get 1. Yeah, he's getting that 1 point off of this game at minimum.
Yeah, so that's obviously good on Eric because points. And I don't know. I think Shay's going to have to sack something else here. I think Eric's going to pick up at least 2 more kills with this Hatterene.
Depending on the set, maybe just 1. Because looking at that team set, that Conk, yeah, +1. Even Assault Vest, that'll be a little dangerous.
I definitely think Hatterene could take out Whimsicott with a Psychic. I know Hatterene's at +1, but he's actually going to go for the Prankster Nature Power, which is really good tech on Shay's
That
part.
is some sneaky tech.
I actually completely forgot that got Prankster. That was affected by Prankster, because it's technically not an attacking move. But
and that just dies.
Yeah, Whimsicott is going to go down, but that's still really good tech on the part of Shay to bring the Prankster Nature Power. Just to, because I completely forgot, even though it turns into Tri Attack, it's still technically not an attacking move, so it gets the Prankster. And, so yeah, as you can see, he probably has the Mach Punch here, and that's probably, what he's going to have to do, to, I don't know, maybe hope for a crit. But it's looking like, this here, I wonder if Conk actually No, I don't know. I think wait, will he actually live? Because he's Assault Vest.
Oh,
And he
wow,
does.
he does.
Yeah, he lives the hit, but it's very whittled down. So yeah, this is looking like it's going to come down to the wire. Eric made a really good read with the Hatterene, and I have to commend him for that because that was a game-changing prediction.
100%. Even if that Assault Vest probably saved his butt.
Mm-hmm.
It may not have won him the game depending on how this goes, but either way, that is huge.
Mm-hmm. That is absolutely huge. So now the Duraludon, I think Duraludon can actually take a hit, but I don't know. I frankly think he should have went Corviknight. I don't know why he didn't, but Because Duraludon could have been helpful for oh yeah, is Trick Room still up?
Yeah, Trick Room. I think it
I
has
didn't
one
see it
more
did.
turn him.
Oh, if that's the case, then I definitely see why he went Duraludon. But I still think I don't know. I definitely think Corviknight might have been better, but in the end, it makes no difference as But Duraludon, oh yeah, Duraludon's really fast. So yeah, Trick Room definitely wore off. Duraludon is really stupidly fast for some reason. But yeah, he's gonna go Toxtricity here, and I think this is going to spell the end of Shay
Yes,
because
Toxtricity against the world, and I don't think any Toxtricity set on the planet has coverage for Corviknight and Duraludon.
that is yeah, definitely not for Duraludon at least because Duraludon actually counters both of Toxtricity stabs. I know it doesn't have the best SpDef, so this Overdrive is probably still going to do a ton of damage. But as you can see, that Dragon Pulse did more than See,
Didn't quite
Duraludon doesn't have good SpDefs, but like
reveals
his
a
throat
throat
spray.
spray, but you don't outspeed enough, and yep, that will probably be the game. Duraludon picking
Yeah.
up the last kill.
Yep, and that'll be Eric's W, and that'll be a 2-0 win for Eric. Yeah, 2-0 win for Eric.
Yep,
So yeah,
looks
very
like a
well
duo.
played
Yep.
game. Very well played game on Eric's part. The Trick Room prediction definitely made the difference. I feel that Hatterene play definitely won.